Hi, this is Phil Necro. You're watching On Deck with Tyler Redmond.
This is Mark the Banks. I'm on deck. Tyler Redmond.
Welcome into On Deck. I'm Tyler Redmond. As always, make sure to like this video and subscribe to this channel, but also hit the bell for notifications so that you can be notified every time I drop something new. This is something new we're doing here. It's the Braves weekend update. Number one, we're going to start out with Ron Washington and Adam Duvall. Both say that they are all in for this season, no matter what the risks are. And if you don't know, both of these guys are kind of in the high-risk category. Ron Washington is he's in the older crowd. He's 68 years old, so he's considered high risk. And of course, Adam Duvall actually has type 1 diabetes, so he is also considered in the high risk. Both of these guys say they both feel really safe. They don't feel like they're in any danger, and they're ready for the season to start. So, with less than 2 weeks now before opening day, there are still a lot of questions. Obviously, one of the biggest ones is all these players with coronavirus, the biggest name being Freddie Freeman, and whether or not he'll be in the opening day lineup. So, according to Mark Bowman, Freddie felt better over last week, but just like Smith and Toussaint, who are both asymptomatic, he needs to test negative twice within a span of more than 24 hours before returning. So another thing of note, the Braves contingency plan, and just in case Freddie isn't ready by the 24th, which there's every possibility that he won't be, according again to Mark Bowman, Austin Riley is the top option to play first base if Freddie Freeman is not ready. With the roster at full strength, he could also be quite valuable at third. One way or another, he could significantly influence what the Braves do this year. So that's kind of what I was wondering, what will Austin do this year? And I thought he could see, he saw time at first last year. I thought there was every possibility that if Freeman didn't come back, until like a week after opening day, that he'd see time there. I think, it's good that they're saying now that this is the plan, and I think it'd be good for Austin to get some time over there. A lot of people were thinking Bryce Ball would see time at first. I was not one of those people. I think it's too early for Bryce to come up to the majors. You never want a player to come up too early, and I think it is too early for Bryce Ball. Even though there's a ton of excitement for him, I think it's still just a little bit too early. So what do you think the Braves' top option is at first? Do you think it's Austin? Would you rather see somebody else over there? Let me know in the comment section what you think about that. Let me know if you want to see Austin at third base. Of course, we know the storyline in spring training was Austin Riley versus Johan Camargo at third base. So the other question that I think the Braves are trying to answer, the biggest question, is Cole Hamels and whether or not he'll be around on opening day. And it's looking more and more like he won't be. He got tricep tendonitis. He's currently dealing with that. And it's his second injury already. Of course, he got that left elbow inflammation early on in spring training. And it's already his second injury with the Braves. He's only been with them a couple months. And he hadn't even played one real game. So a lot of worry there. They certainly have a plan with Felix Hernandez opting out. And, of course, Cole Hamels now being injured again. The Braves are going to look down every avenue. And one of the headlines that kind of caught my attention was, could Josh Tomlin start the year in the rotation? And Tomlin had a 3.74 ERA last season and pitched around 80 innings, but he really thrived in long relief. And I think somebody like Tomlin, a long reliever, could thrive in a 60-game season because, especially early on with all these guys being injured, none of these guys are going to be expected to go past 3 or 4 innings, I don't think, at least early on. They haven't seen a lot of time. They haven't really, hopefully they've kept up to themselves, but they haven't really been around the ballpark too much lately. So I think somebody like Tomlin could fill that role nicely until the Braves have a Sean Newcomb come in or, Cole Hamels steps up and finally comes back from his injury. So I think, he's not going to be expected to go 6 innings. He certainly earned it last year. I mean, were you ever really uncomfortable with Josh Tomlin in? I certainly was, and I thought he was one of the most consistent hands we had in the bullpen, and I think he'll continue to be that this year. I think he's somebody that the Braves can count on. So tell me what you think about that in the comment section, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Tonight's scrimmage, it's the inter-squad scrimmage. It will be televised on Fox Sports Southeast at 7 p.m. I will definitely be watching it. I'm going to do a recap on it tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. The starting pitchers tonight are going to be Mike Soroka and, of course, Josh Tomlin. So we'll get an up-close and personal look at just what Josh Tomlin will look like out of the starting rotation, and maybe, just maybe, he'll end up there throughout the season. So That's all I got here for today. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, and hit the bell for notifications. You guys have really been helping me out this past couple of weeks since we're now getting back into the baseball season, seeing a lot of growth, and I really appreciate it. So, as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time on deck.